But we have a special significance of Diwali. It's very special significance, I think, that the light that we see here, you will see always goes upward. Fire is element that always goes upward. It's always against the gravity, and it is against all that pulls you down. And the light of the spirit is also like that. It always takes you up. And the person who is a realized soul is called as an enlightened person, because he has the light. And the light has a capacity to give you a full idea, to see what is what, to relate to each other, to find out the distances and the differences, and to discriminate. So the light represents discrimination. And when you are enlightened, the spirit is enlightened. In the sense, spirit is the light, but which starts expressing itself in the atmosphere, manifesting in the attention of it. Now, what we have done in Sahaja is nothing but this is Diwali. First, one light was enlightened. Then that light enlightened another light. And now we have so many lights. This is the Diwali that I have. I enjoy this Diwali than anything else. Now some lights are really sometimes flickering. I know that, doesn't matter. Some lights are afraid of the winds that might affect it. So I have to look after them. In India, you see, this part is called as Aanchal of the mother. You see, where she keeps her child hidden. And that is where she looks after the candle also, the light which she has kindled. And very carefully she looks after it and tries to see again and again if it is burning or not. And then she is sure that it is burning nicely. Then she puts it on a higher place where it burns, not for itself but for others. It enlightens others and enlightens the path of the people who are going in the darkness. So for us, Sahaja today is a Mahayoga because it is a Deepavali. It's not only one Deepa of your mother burning, but it's so many lights all over the world. You know, they have taken their lights and they are burning. Even small children are giving realization. It has spread to the villages now, and it's spreading slowly as the Diwali. And every day we celebrate Diwali, we have more and more lights, and I'm sure these lights are good. Those people who still have flickering lights have problems. They always have problems. And they must know that their light is to be brought in properly, into proper shape. They must put all attention to put their lights in order. If your lights are ordered, there cannot be a problem. There cannot be a problem. So the correction is also a divine quality in you. We should work inward by which you correct yourself. Now, the other day I was explaining how you don't have to think. It's very simple. It's a machinery which is a divine machinery which you have found out now within yourself. Now, at this time when you have got a machinery, you don't have to think about it. Because the machinery that is divine is just like any other machinery. For example, you know the machinery of the car. You don't have to think. You don't think I have to put a brake, you just put it. When you are a master driver, you just do it. You don't think. Do you think? If you start thinking, you'll kill so many people by that thinking. So in the same way, if you have mastered this machinery, if you know which one to move, how to work it out, if you have mastered it, you don't think about it. You just work. And that is what it is. We have to understand that after developing Mahalakshmi Tattva, which is the main Tattva, which is the evolutionary principle, by which you have evolved, is the ultimate, the Sushumna, the central part, which is the most important. If the Sushumna is not all right, then you cannot do anything, because there is the flow. There is the opening, which is important, which makes you wider, which makes you deeper, which makes you greater. That is the part of Sushumna, which must be always kept open. Must try to keep it open by balancing yourself, by this generous attitude and by seeing everything through your discretion, keep it open. Keep your Sushumna open, and that is the path of Mahalakshmi. If you keep your Sushumna open, there will be no physical problem, no emotional problem, and of course, no spiritual problem. That is how one has to understand today's Mahalakshmi Tattva. Now, at this position when you reach, see, this position is very important at Mahalakshmi principle, is that it gives you the witness state, no doubt. But, as I have told you before, just after this first day's puja of the Lakshmi, when Rama was crowned, next day they have the second day. And on this second day, this is the 13th day, as I told you, is the day when the Lakshmi was born. 14th day is a horrible thing which I do not want to tell you much about, because that is the day the goddess had to fight all the horrible Rakshasas. So I don't want to talk about it much because you know all that. That is the 14th day. Then the 15th day is the day when the moon is absolutely missing from the sun. It's absolute darkness, where you put these lights to suggest that there are lights now, let Lakshmi come within us. So there is no spot that should be left which is dark, so everywhere the Lakshmi resides and give us the glory of her blessing. Then it is the night when you have the dark night, as you call it, Amavasya. Then the first night after that is the first moon, that the, you say the, what's the baby moon? New moon. The new moon comes up, the first day, is the day when the new year starts for Shalivahana. As you know, Shalivahanas are my ancestors, or whatever you call it, the Sindh dynasty. That is the day. That day they take a shawl of the mother, like this, and put this water carrier on top to suggest the Aquarius start. The Aquarius time has started. According to them, they put that on top of that and put it like a flag on top of their houses. Suggest now the Aquarius time is there. With the mother shawl, they make the flag, and on top of the flag is this the water carrier is put upside down to suggest that the Aquarius time has started, that the time of Kundalini has started, and that this awakening has to take place. That's the first day of the year they start. Then after that, the second day is, so it is 5 days actually, but why I said 4 days celebration? Because one day is a horrid day in between. But also there is a celebration because after killing all these Rakshasas, there were Diwali. Many a times these things happened, and every time she killed all these Rakshasas, they celebrated it by putting lights all around. So after that is the second day, is very important, which is here, is the brother and sister. Special day where the sister invites the brother to her house for food. And she, if he's a small boy, she'll give him a bath. Even if he's a big boy, he sits with all his clothes on and she puts water on him and puts something very fragrant things on his body and gives him a bath nicely and gives him a protection. It's a purity of relationship between a sister and a brother. And then the brother gives her something as a present at that time. He may give anything. It's just symbolic. It's the love and affection of a brother and sister. Is expressed at that time. It's very important. And then the sister, she actually gives him a bandhan with actual light, which is called as the aarti they do for the brother. And that's how they try to give a big protection to their brother. So this is the day of the, they call it in Marathi Bhai or Bhai, or that is the Dvitiya, the second day of the month. That starts in India. Now it has a significance because it is very important that our relationship as a brother and a sister must be strengthened, must be purified, must be looked after. In India, even if somebody calls you a sister, or a brother, when he's a sister and a brother. It's a very difficult situation. If somebody calls you a sister, then you have to accept that situation. And if you accept that situation, all your life you have to carry on that relationship of that nobility. Whether he may be your brother or not, doesn't matter. He may be your sister or not, does not matter. But once you have said she's your sister, then all that purity is there, all her chastity is to be protected, and she's to be looked after. So this is how it is. These are the 5 days we celebrate. In short, I've told you how we Sahajogis should understand these 5 days are days of real festival for us, because we have overcome death now. We have overcome that degradation that would have followed after this. Now we are people who are victorious. So this is to celebrate our victory over evil, our victory over our weaknesses, and our victory towards the goal of our achievement, that is full self-realization. And that's how it's a great day of celebration. And may God bless you all. And in this jubilation, I join you all. And I'm very happy that we are so many today in this country. And a day will come when our righteousness and our greatness will definitely enhance. The path of darkness with its light and improve the conditions to such an extent that people won't believe that they were living in this wretched world and today they are in such a good place. They won't believe. It will happen. As it has happened within yourself, it will happen without. And that's what is the day I'm waiting for, when such things will happen. And all these things we are doing here, leading a very righteous and a good life now, with forgiveness for others and with all the generosity, it will become a universal theme for people. And when this will become a universal happening, and when people will universally accept Sahaja Yoga, then will be the real day of Diwali celebration. So God bless.